Recap. I always hear from people that I talk to about scholars, about seminaries, about if you're not studied, you shouldn't even talk about God. But that's why I'm reading the whole book of Acts. So if you haven't heard, go back and listen to the first until the last. You can also listen to the testimonies that I put up there. But we always think we have to have studied the Bible in order to be able to talk. But that would mean that we're Pharisees and Sadducees. They were scholars. They wrote the laws and they wrote books. They saw people as less than them because they were studied. And yet in Acts chapter 4:13, it says clearly, now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Jesus. You see, it's good to read books, although my way of thinking is if I have the Bible, why would I need to read any other book? Like, this is the truth. But aside from that, it's all right to read books. It's all right to study and grow in knowledge. At the end of the day, wisdom comes from the Holy Spirit, God Himself. It doesn't come from you or how many books you read. It's all revealed by the Holy Spirit. The Bible, as we've read so far in 4 chapters in Acts, you can see it's really, don't have to be a scholar to understand it. You just have to take your time and read it. And let's read. Acts chapter 4, verse 19. But Peter and John answered and said unto them, whether it be right in the sight of God to hearken unto you more than unto God, judge ye. 20. For we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. 21. So when they had further threatened them, they let them go, finding nothing how they might punish them, because of the people. For all men glorified God for that which he was done. 22. For the man was above 40 years old, on whom this miracle of healing was shewed. And there is the boldness of Jesus Christ, right? Of the Holy Spirit. It stood strong. They said, we can listen to you, Pharisees and Sadducees, high priests, or we can do what God has said for us to do, which is just to talk about what we saw and heard from Jesus Christ Himself. Are you going to stand firm when things get rough, when people don't agree with you? And it says they threatened them again not to talk about Jesus Christ. And then at the last verse says that a 40-year-old man was healed, and all the people saw that. So they couldn't do anything to him because there was evidence of Jesus Christ, of His power, of Him being God. He healed a 40-year-old man. He healed a lame man, gave him strength in his bones and his muscles, and he walked.